Hey everyone, and welcome to another gtaonline video here on the channel. Today I want to show you guys something that you might not know about the new Mckenzie Field Hangar. And how I know that there's probably a lot of people who don't know about this feature is that I've been playing this update all week long, and even I only just found out about it the other day. So if we go up to the front of the hangar here, although you don't have an area to grab your aircraft and drive them out of the hangar like you do at your own personal hangar, if you go into this blue circle in this little menu here, you can see you have the option of spawning not only that piece of shit duster from my last video that I covered, but you can spawn in your own personal aircraft here as well, which is super convenient and makes this spawn location that much more lucrative. It's almost as if you're spawning in at your own hangar, being able to grab your own aircraft from here. And it's also on this nice, easy to use vertical drop down menu too. Whereas to spawn on our planes traditionally, we have to go through this horizontal menu, which is just horrible. And that's only going to get worse when we get more and more aircraft because they just added 20 more slots for us to use. Rockstar, please add in a contact we can call like Oscar in this update, for example, that just lets us spawn an aircraft via a vertical list rather than forcing us to use the messy horizontal interaction menu list. But back to the point here, you might have noticed that there are actually two buttons you can press to spawn aircraft here. There's takeoff and runway. Runway is what you just saw where the plane spawns on the runway, as the name would suggest. But takeoff is actually the really cool one where you can spawn your plane mid-flight, skipping the takeoff process entirely. And this is a feature that is new and only exists here at this hangar, because if you take a plane out of your own hangar, it's always going to put you on the runway. The only thing close to this feature that exists is exiting the hangar with a helicopter where it puts you in the air that way. But yeah, I had no idea this existed. Mostly the takeoff part I had no idea about. There are a couple of annoyances that I have with this though. One of them being you can only spawn in small or medium planes here, so large or very large aircraft will not appear on the personal aircraft list here to spawn in, which means you can't even spawn the new Titan or the new Iron Mule helicopter via this method. And at first glance, that might make sense, since they are large aircraft, they wouldn't exactly fit on the runway to take off here. But that's not even true, because when you go and spawn in your Titan 250D from this location through the interaction menu, guess where it spawns? At the end of the Mckenzie Airfield runway. So clearly there is enough room for it here, and with the Iron Mule it's even dumber because the Iron Mule is smaller than the Titan, and it also can't be summoned by the new menu there. But at the same time it spawns at the exact same spot on the runway that the Titan does. I know it's likely because they wouldn't fit in the exact same spawn location as the other aircraft do when you spawn them in here with this menu, but then tell me, for what reason can they not just disable the runway spawn and leave the takeoff spawn for the large and very large aircraft? I feel like that wouldn't be a very difficult thing to code in, just running a check to see if the aircraft is in the large or very large category, and then disabling the runway spawn if it is. There are already so little spawn locations for the bigger aircraft, and this would have been a very good way to guarantee their takeoff by just putting them into the air instantly. That's now two missed opportunities for large aircraft spawns. First, the new airstrip on the other side of the map, and now this new aircraft spawner menu at the Mckenzie Airfield that doesn't work with bigger aircraft, which 2 out of the 3 new aircraft they added are. The other thing that you should note about this feature is that it does count as spawning in the aircraft as opposed to getting it from the hangar, so the 5-minute cooldown does apply to this method, but on the bright side, you can just spawn in as many dusters as you want with no cooldown. So yeah, I just wanted to cover this cool new feature and some of the ins and outs of it. It sucks they do keep shafting large aircraft though. Perhaps they'll change this with an update to make it work better for larger aircraft. I guess we can only hope. What I'd also like to see is an expansion of this feature for our own personal hangars. When we access our hangar storage from the little vertical drop-down menu over here, what they should do is give us the ability to spawn it in via a button like we can at the Mckenzie Airfield from the storage menu here, so we don't have to drag the aircraft out on the main floor, which oftentimes results in just messing up your entire hangar floor if it's a very large aircraft you're spawning in like the Alknos, which takes up the entire hangar floor. It's just really inconvenient, and it would be so much easier if I could just access my storage, and then if I wanted to spawn the Alknos in, I could just click spawn from the storage menu. Let me know what you guys think about that feature and that feedback in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more gtaonline content. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.